A very good morning, children. Let me introduce myself. I am C. Kalachelvi, teaching computer science for senior secondary, Tilak Wing, Velamal Vidyashram. You can introduce yourself later when we meet in class in person. But we get to know about you by your marks in the weekend tests that we are conducting. Let's come back to the class. In previous session, you must have studied basic system organization, in which you must have studied what do you mean by input unit, output unit, central processing unit, and then memory. In today's session, we are going to continue with chapter 1 only in today's session. In today's session, we are going to understand the storage unit, the system bus, and mobile system organization. We will discuss these topics one by one. The first topic that we are going to understand is the storage unit. What do you mean by storage unit? So from the name itself, you will be able to understand you are going to store something. Then what is the difference between memory and then storage? Memory normally used to represent temporary memory, whereas storage, which is used to talk about permanent memory. So secondary storage, it's nothing but the storage. It's talk about secondary storage device that are used to store large amount of data permanently, right? Okay, so if you are storing the data permanently, the devices that are used to store the data permanently, those are all called as secondary storage devices. The storage capacity, what do you mean by storage capacity? How much amount of data that you can store in a particular device, that talks about storage capacity. Okay, the storage capacity of those devices are measured in kilobytes, megabytes, gigabytes, and terabytes, and so on. You must have already studied that. What do you mean by bit, byte, kilobyte? Yes, okay. So bit stands for binary digit, where you can store either 0 or 1, and then byte, it's nothing but 8 bits is equal to 1 byte, and then kilobyte, it's nothing but 1024 byte is kilobyte. Yes, you must have already studied, right? Okay, so that is how we measure the storage capacity of a storage devices. The secondary storage devices are broadly classified into three, which is magnetic media, optical media, and flash memory. So these are all classified based on how the data gets stored in the particular device, right? Okay, so and a very good example of a magnetic media is hard disk. For optical media, so it is CD, DVD, and then Blu-ray disc. And for flash memory, it is universal USB, that is your pen drive, right? Okay, so this is what we are going to learn in the particular session. That is, we are going to learn about all these devices one by one. First, let us talk about hard disk. You must already aware of what you mean by hard disk, right? Okay, so hard disk, that will tell you that is the permanent storage which is available in your computer, and then that is where all the files, everything, whatever you store it in a computer, that will be stored in your hard disk only. Okay, to simply say that, when you go for my computer and then when you click on C drive, D drive, right? Okay, so C drive, D drive are nothing but the partitions of a hard disk, right? Okay, so hard disk, it is one of the permanent storage. So how the informations are stored? The stores information in circular platters or disks. Okay, so and then disks are coated with magnetic material. We have already discussed, right? That is your hard disk, it is an example for magnetic medium, right? Okay, that is how the information gets stored. Okay, so here the disks, okay, you can think of a CD or a DVD, right? Okay, so you'll be having a circular CD and DVD, right? Your hard disk also similar to it, right? Okay, so and then these disks are stacked with the space between them. So what do you mean by stacked with the space? It's nothing but you can imagine when you're keeping the CDs one over the other, right? Okay, so that is how, that is the hard disk. It's not one just a single disk. Actually, number of disks, it will be arranged one over the other, right? Okay, and then informations are recorded with magnetic heads as magnetic spots. Okay, so here you can see this is your circular platers or discs. Okay, and then there are number of such platers, and every single plater, this is called as a this is a motor, so which will make the plater to run continuously, right? Okay, so it is a read write head. Read write head, it's nothing but, okay, for every single plater there will be a read write head. So when it is moving, it will read or write the information. So you can imagine a gramophone record. Now you must have seen in the previous movies where the handle will be moving and then the song is playing, right? Okay, so it is exactly similar to it. Okay, so this is a rewrite head, and every single plater, it will be having a having its own head, right? Okay, so when there is a second one, there will be another read write head. Okay, so this is actuator, it's nothing but all the read write heads are attached to a one single point. That is what we call it as actuator. Okay, so this is what you need to learn in hard disk. It is a magnetic media, and then it is the data are stored in platers or disks, and then it is stocked one over the other, and there will be a magnetic heads, and the informations are stored as magnetic spots, right? Okay, that's about hard disk. So next is compact disk. So compact disk come under optical storage device. Okay, what do you mean by optical storage device? So in a optical storage device, the informations are written on the optical media with the help of laser. Okay, that is what optical storage. Optic means that is in a glass like surface, the informations are written with the help of laser. Okay, so such type of devices or come under the category of optical storage devices. Okay, so you know that, right? Okay, your compact disc, that is your CD, so it will be having a glass like surface, right? Okay, so what is the storage capacity of a compact disc? It can store up to 700 MB. Okay, so what you may not know is that in a CD there are three different types of CDs are available. So first one is CD-ROM. Okay, CD-ROM, as it's written, it is compact disc read only memory. So what do you mean by read only memory? Already you must have studied about RAM and then ROM. Okay, so read only memory is the one where the data can only be read by the user, but it cannot be written into it. Okay, the same applies here. Okay, so here it is used to store the information, that is whatever the information that you want to provide, it will be already written at the time of manufacturing of that CD. Okay, so it's already written, you will not be able to write your own data whatever you wanted to do, right? Okay, so such type of CDs are called as CD-ROM. Okay, normally these types of CDs are used for distribution like encyclopedia, games. Okay, when you buy a games, so it is already installed, right? You're not writing, you're not storing any information in that. So the game steady you will just install, and then you will put it in a CD drive, and then you will install the game. So all the game software, it's already written into it. That is what we call it as ROM. Okay, ROM normally mean that the informations are written at the time of manufacturing of that particular CD, right? Okay, so that is what CD, compact disc read only memory. So the second one is CDR. What do you mean by R? R stands for recordable. What do you mean by recordable? That is, the data can be written only once. That is, so you can buy a plain CD. Okay, if at all when you buy a CD or DVD for storing some information, you can check whether it is or RW. So if it is or, you can write it only once. So once it is written, the data cannot be erased. Okay, so it cannot be erased. You cannot store some other content after that. Okay, so if you want to permanently store some information, then you can go for CDR. Okay, R stands for recordable, and then CDRW, it is RW stands for rewritable. Rewritable means that you will be able to delete the content, and then you will be able to return whatever the data that you wanted to store again and again. That is what we call it as rewritable. It is a erasable disk. Okay, it is a erasable disk which can be used to write multiple times. Okay, so it is not permanent. Okay, that is, you can store some information, whatever the songs or movies, whatever you wanted to store, you can write it. Later you can use the same CD to write some other information or data or some other movie or whatever. Okay, that is what we call it a CD RW. Okay, so and then similarly we are having DVD. DVD stands for digital versatile disk. Again, it comes under the category of optical storage device. So it will store 15 times more information, and it is comparatively very fast. Okay, so that is a data reading capacity that we call, right? So it will read much faster than your CD. The data will be read very fast. Okay, so and then we are having DVDs which can store the information up to 17 GB. Okay, so we are having single sided and then double sided DVDs are available, in which you will be able to store the information up to 17 GB. Okay, so such DVDs, that is DVDs are otherwise called as SD. That is, SD stands for super density disk. Okay, so in DVDs also we are having three categories, which is DVD ROM, DVD R, and then DVD RW. All the functionalities are same as we discussed. Under storage devices, the next storage device that we are going to understand is flash memory. Why it is called as flash memory? So flash memory, the name is given because of its capability to erase the data in a flash. Okay, it can erase the data in no time. In a flash it will be able to erase. That's why it is given a name like that. Okay, so and then it is a small ultra portable storage device. Okay, so it is nothing but your USB. Okay, so it is called as, it's very important, it is a solid state memory. So why it is called a solid state memory? It does not have any moving parts. Okay, like your CD or DVD or BD. Okay, where you will be having the moving parts, that is, there will be a rotating, your CD will be rotating continuously, and then there will be a moving head. Okay, so and then it does not have any moving parts as such. Okay, so because of that reason it is called a solid state memory. Okay, so and then it works similar to RAM, but what the difference is that, so the data is retained even when the power is switched off. Okay, as opposed to RAM. Okay, you have already studied, right? Okay, in RAM it is a volatile memory. The data, it will be erased when the content is, when the power is turned off. Okay, that is your volatile memory. Whereas your flash memory, it is non volatile memory, but it works fast as similar to your RAM. That's what they are trying to say. And then you know that very well, right? Okay, you're having USB drive having the ranging from 256 MB to 128 GB. The flash memory is available. Okay, so these are all the points that you need to know about flash memory. And then the next storage device is BD. So BD stands for Blu-ray disc. Okay, so why it is called as Blu-ray disc? So it actually uses blue violet laser. Your CD and DVD, it uses red laser to read and write the data in the discs, whereas your in Blu-ray disc it uses blue violet laser. What is the advantage of using a blue violet laser? Your blue violet laser, it is having a shorter wavelength. So what is the advantage of having a shorter wavelength? So because of shorter wavelength, it allows you to package more data. Okay, that is the data to be packaged more tightly and stored in less space. That is, your Blu-ray disc looks exactly similar to your CD and then DVD, except that the surface, the glittering surface, it will be looking very dark. Okay, as opposed to your CD, where it will look almost white. Okay, so however in BD, so it is exactly the same, looks similar, but only the surface, it will be dark blue, it looks black. Okay, that is the difference, because of it uses blue violet laser to read and write the data on the optical surface. Okay, again it is optical storage media, and in the Blu-ray disc also you can store the data up to 128 GB, right?